Seasonal day for us. A little bit hotter than average as far as high temps go. We got to 85, average 83, not too far away, so we'll call it normal. This morning, relatively cool down to the upper 50s, but not too far away from average. And that part of the forecast doesn't really change too much tomorrow. So we're going to see a very similar outlook again on Thursday. Before we do take a look at the forecast, just want to give you this quick view outside of our studios. Just said goodbye to the sun. Got a few high-level clouds out there, but a beautiful view out there tonight. And we are looking at nice weather out there this evening. We actually have a quick pass of the International Space Station heading our way tonight. So also mention that real quick. I actually forgot about that, but now just remembered. So here, let's talk about that real quick. So we do have the space station. This is going to be flying overhead just at about 8:20 p.m. So it's only going to last about 5 minutes. If you've never seen this before, it'll basically look like a white dot just going slowly across the sky. But once you see it, it will be moving pretty quick, and it won't be blinking. So that's how you can kind of differentiate it from a plane in the sky. But pretty cool to check out. We have a few clouds out there at the moment, but should stay mostly clear. And that max height up to 56 degrees should make it visible to most spots across the region. So start looking towards the northwestern sky, and then it should just kind of travel over you and then move off towards the southeast. But great opportunity to see that tonight if you want to see it. So set your alarm for 8:20 out there tonight. Now, looking ahead to our Thursday and Friday, we are expecting temperatures to most likely be close to what we've been so far this week. So morning temps back down to the mid and upper 50s early Thursday. Afternoon highs tomorrow, most likely low to mid 80s. Generally sunny skies Thursday, but as we head into Friday, that's when we do start to notice more clouds out there, and that is going to eventually be a sign that a cold front's moving in for the weekend. That's where temperature drop's going to come into play Saturday and Sunday. But with the clouds overnight Thursday and early Friday, that will keep our morning lows most likely in the 60s out there early Friday. But beautiful weather nonetheless, just a few clouds out there, not too bad whatsoever. Here's a live look from the Thurman Dam, and this is actually looking at a few people trying to take advantage of the last little bit of daylight there on the fishing dock, and best of luck to them out there tonight. We actually have a couple of great events happening at Clarks Hill Lake this weekend, even Friday starting with the Mr. Clarks Hill Fishing Tournament. So that's going to be put on by the Clarks Hill Committee of the CSRA, and close to 200 anglers, I believe, signed up for that event. Should be great fishing weather because we should see dropping barometric pressure Friday into Saturday, so usually that helps trigger the bite a little bit. Northwest wind between 5 to 10 Friday. Saturday is when it could be a little bit choppy up at the lake, so that could impact anglers some. That northwest wind will be steady between 10 to 15, maybe some higher gusts at times, so just a heads up for that. And you can see our temperatures do drop off into the mid 70s by Saturday afternoon up at the lake. We also have the 69th annual Halloween Regatta put on by the Augusta Sailing Club. Should be great racing conditions Saturday. I would imagine they may set some records for race time with that steady northwest wind at about 15 miles an hour. But we have a lot of racers in town, sailors in town all the way, all across the country. So best of luck to y'all as you start that regatta off this weekend. Luckily, rain chances remaining very low, not only through this week, but even next week. Not really seeing much of a rain signal in our long-term outlook. So looking to stay nice and dry for outdoor plans. By this weekend, that's when we do start to feel the 40s again. So waking up early Sunday and Monday, most likely be anywhere from 44, 46 degrees for many locations. So that would be the coolest temperatures we have seen so far this season, and the coolest temperature we've seen since early May, believe it or not. If you remember back to this past May, it was much cooler than average. We actually did hit close to the upper 30s early this past May. So unfortunately not able to make a very impressive stat that we haven't seen the 40s since February or March. It's been since May, so since early or late spring. But we are looking at Sunday morning temps to be very comfortable, mid to upper 40s. Definitely going to need that jacket if you're heading out to those early services out there across the region. Now, we're not getting anywhere close to frost or freeze conditions with the 40s, but I wanted to take a look at this map briefly to just kind of give you a rough estimate of when we usually see our first freeze here in the CSRA. So for us here in the CSRA, we usually see it kind of early to mid-November. That's kind of our rough time estimate. November 5th, if you had to pinpoint one day on the calendar, November 5th is when we usually see our first freeze here in Augusta, but looking like we're going to have to wait at least another month before we get those really cold temperatures to move in. Now, taking a look at our 7-day forecast, once again, 80s in store the next couple of afternoons, but much cooler outlook heading into the weekend. A high temperature of only 70 degrees Sunday with nothing but sunshine throughout the day. So that is definitely going to be a cool day for us. And then we should hang on to cooler than average temps for first couple of days of early next week, but then by Wednesday we are getting back closer to average. Hope you have a great night. We'll have another update for you coming up on News 12 at 11.